Okay guys, welcome back to the third tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to look at how to present data on the right kind of graph. Okay, so I'm going to sip of my coffee. Given that this has got continuous data, we're going to want to make a line graph from this data, that it has the means plotted against the enzyme concentrations, and that also incorporates the standard deviation. So that's going to be the aim of our tutorial today, is to show you guys how to do that and to show you that it's not such a difficult process. So obviously we want to calculate, first of all we want to put on the graph our enzyme concentrations on mean. So I'm just going to highlight that data there. I'm going to go to insert and then I'm going to go to scatter. Now for this graph I'm going to go to scatter with no lines on it because I don't want to put in my own linear regression line or line of best fit. So there's my data, put very, very simply. You can see it's got no labels on the axes or units on the axes. That has to come later. All right, we can do it now, but I'm going to show you how to do the more tricky bits first, and then I'll show you how to do the easy bits later. So you can see here now you've got your enzyme concentration along the x and your mean volume produced along the y. Now, it doesn't obviously take into account our standard deviation. So how do we display that on our results? Well, best way to do it, or the only way to do it really, is to first of all click on your data points on your graph, and then you'll find that you've got more options coming up here. All right, so you want to click on layout. Go to error bars. Okay, we're going to go to more error bar options, and we're going to go to custom down here. We have to go to specify value. What we're going to do is I'm going to specify the values for the positive error value. That's the error bars that go upwards, which you'll see. And then for the negative ones, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to highlight the same set of data. Okay, and that's going to give me a positive error value and a negative error value. It's going to be exactly the same. I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to close. Whoa, so you can see now our graph is looking a little bit different to when we last looked at it. You've got these bars going all over the place. Now the only error bars that we're interested in seeing is the error values that go up and the ones that come down. These horizontal ones should not be there. So again, for these, you're going to have to click on the ends of them and it should highlight them. And then you can click on delete, all right, and then you'll get your old graph back plus your error bars. Now, so what are these error bars actually showing us? Obviously our graph's got quite big, it's going to make it a little bit smaller so it's easy to see. So what's this error bar showing us? Well, obviously you can see here for your first value, look, the standard deviation for this value was 0.89. So what that means is that this error bar going up is going up 0.89 and going down 0.89. The same for 0.2, which is at a mean of 4.5, which is this value, it's going up 1.9 and down 1.9. Okay, so it's showing us that the spread of data about that data point is quite big. You can see it's bigger than the others. And that's indicative that there's more error. There was more error when we took that reading, or there was more error in that set of repeats. Okay, now that bit of error might have been in one reading only. It might have been across a series of readings which have led to that large set of error. So the only way you can tell that again is by looking at your raw data, and you'll see where that large amount of error comes from. Okay, if we go back to our original set of data and we look at that for number 2, look, we can see in our data set it goes 3, 3, 7, 4 and 2. So 4, 2, 3 and 3 are all relatively similar. 7 is obviously a little bit strange. So that indicates that it's that data point that is causing this large amount of error, or this large amount of standard deviation. Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right, it allows us to have a really good tool for evaluation that will come later. Now, obviously, our graph is not yet complete. It's got no labels, it's got no title, and it's got no axes. It also has no linear regression. So first of all, let's focus on our linear regression. First 2 ways you can do that. One way is you can right click and say add trend line. That is one way you can do it. The second one is to go back to layout and click on trend line. And again, it gives you the same options, linear trend line, and I'm just putting that in there. All right. Now if I remove click on the trend line options, This is what I'd have got before. So it allows me therefore just to change a few things. If I want to change it into a polynomial, a logarithmic, or I can even set where my intercept goes, look. Alright, I can display equations. Alright, when I display the equation, it's going to give me the equation for my linear regression there, look, which is quite useful if I need to calculate something like a coefficient or something like this later on. Still, the graph is not complete. A few things that need to be done. So again, highlight your graph. Give it your chart a title above the chart. All right. Remember, your chart title should describe exactly what is happening. So, graph to show is a good one to start. All right. Dot 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 dot. Give it a full description. All right. I then even need to include a axis titles. So your primary horizontal. Title below, and of course that is your mean volume product produced in 2 minutes. Okay, and that's going to be measured in milliliters. Okay. And of course the same you're going to want to do with this one, the vertical axis, and you'll want to make it a horizontal title probably, so it goes across your page, and that's your independent variable, which is your enzyme concentration, and in brackets there you've got percentage. And now your graph is starting to look a little bit more cool. Alright, so you can use this graph, cut it out, stick it into your analysis for your IA. Alright, thank you very much, thank you for watching, and good luck with that.